What's up? What's up, people? Ben Samlek here, doing another quick update on Facebook. And is it still a buy? So, I did a Facebook stock video. Here you can see it was August 7th. So a couple months ago when it was at 38.55, and I said, is Facebook stock a buy right now? Here's my opinion, and my opinion was yes at the time. They had just, had their earnings, and they got right back to where they started at when they first opened up. And it was a hated stock there for a while. People thought it was going to blow up, and I knew that it was coming back, but it just had to prove itself. Plus, I knew Mark Zuckerberg wasn't going to like lay down and let have everyone come and tell him how mad they were that he didn't, he failed at what he was, failed at bringing the company public. And I don't think that he cared about the stock price, but it was more like just kind of his pride that, he can make a good company, but also he wants to, have success with it as a public company. So that, but I also had some other reasons why I felt like this company had some big upside potential. So since then, look, we see here it's at 51.98 today. Was at 53.18, still going up. It's gonna have earnings again next week. So where are we looking at from here? And I still think there's some upside on this. Now by this time, a lot of people have can take some off the table if they started off down right before earnings. It was like like 20s in the 20s, and it popped up. So at that point, some people, of course, are going to take some off the table. But, we're at 51 right now. If the earnings comes out and like looking at some of these other companies like Amazon, Chipotle just jumping 10, 15% after their earnings, there's a lot of upside potential in this market, especially with the Fed continuing to, let the public know they're not going to let things collapse at this time. They want to continue to keep the stock market up, knowing that if it crashes, the whole, if they let it go, they start tapering, the whole economy is going to be, down the tubes. So it doesn't look like they really want to do that at this time, with the Obamacare getting passed, and just it just looks like that's the direction they've been going, and they're going to keep going in that way, and until they let the public know different, and at that time maybe, or until it crashes, which could happen at any time. But at least at this moment, they're not, there's no signs that they want that to happen. They're really trying to keep this stock market going, and it may hit bubble, bubble territory before it crashes. So at this point, the stock market in general is, if you look at the Dow and the Nasdaq, whatever, S&P Dow, it's just at its, at its highs. So, that could be a top. If you look at the max here at the Dow, this could be it's a triple top, but it's actually, if you look right here, let's go to CNBC. Yahoo News doesn't seem to like to show people the full chart. Let's just look at, here's the Dow. Let's look at advanced charts. 10-year, that's as far as they have. Well, if you could find an advanced chart in history, so we were here before the crash, and if you go back far enough, we are actually here twice. Now we are broken above this top, which means if it was a triple top, it would have crashed at this point. But we've come up. They want to bring it higher. So where do we go? There's no roof at this time. It could go, to a new level that we've never seen. And with the way the Fed is going and the government, who knows the upside potential. So at that point, you're looking for stocks that still have a lot of upside. When you look at Apple, Chipotle, Google, Priceline, thousands. They're passing the thousands. Some of them are like Chipotle's or Tesla. They're like 4, 5, 6 times their price for the year. So Facebook only at 51 still compared to some of these other stocks. Has a good ways to go. Not to mention, you know, the way they make money is by people clicking on their ads on their site. That's it. Like, all the ads on your Facebook site, and now they're in your feeds, so more people are being drawn into them, and you don't have to buy anything to gain Facebook a profit. Any other company, you have to buy something for them to make a profit. With Facebook, you just got to click on the ads. And you got all these little kids joining, and they're having like toy ads and movie ads that all the little kids are clicking on to see what that is, and now you go to like a something like, what is that called? Um, LinkedIn, LinkedIn. Look where LinkedIn is right now, people. They last traded at $241. So it's almost doubled for the year. And if you look at, an advanced chart like LinkedIn, and they have pretty much, that's only people in business doing LinkedIn. Facebook has like kids, teenagers, adults. So LinkedIn within a year, so starting in 2013 was like 112 low. So it's over doubled within a year. So Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was at 38, now it's at 51. So from when I recommended it, we're up about, 16 bucks, 15, 16 bucks. So you're up about 40% from when I recommended it. 40%. So looking at a Tesla or something, that thing has gone up 4 times, 5 times this year in one year. So that's what I'm saying. Like, Facebook's just started. Now all the kids. What about everyone who works for Facebook and owns Facebook stock? You don't think they're gonna use the ads, knowing that here's Tesla. Look at this for the year. Started here at 50 bucks for the year. Now it's under 50 bucks. It was down here. Let's see the low 52. Week low 27, the high was 194 in one year. So do you think, Facebook, that this next earnings, like it could potentially have a double, go up 10-15% in one day? Very likely. So, and then for the rest of the year, who knows where Facebook can go. So that's just my opinion. People who work for Facebook, all the hundreds of, all the employees, let's see how many employees work for Facebook. They probably get stock options and things. So all they need to do is like go use Facebook and use the ads, and their stock is gonna go up for their company. You know what I'm saying? So like, why wouldn't they? And everyone who owns Facebook stock, who use the ads, is gonna have their stock go up in value. So why wouldn't they? So let's see, how many people do they have working for them? Facebook employees. Does it say here? I don't know how many employees they have, but I'm sure it's in the hundreds, maybe, 1,000. I don't know, hundreds for sure. Oh, here it is, 5,000 employees. So if all 5,000 employees who own the stock decide to use the ads because they know that'll boost their stock price and make them money doing nothing, not having to buy no product at all, just using Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And all the thousands of people, millions of people who own Facebook shares, not to mention people who just use it just because, they are attracted to the ads when they're using Facebook. This stock has huge upside potential. That's all I'm saying. Now, you got to do your own research and you need to take your own risks. This is just my opinion, so I'm not like a professional or anything. I'm just saying I brought it to your attention at 38. Now we're at 51. I'm just saying it's still, let's see how the earnings go, but there's definitely a I think this is one of those gems that is hidden. Twitter's gonna come out. Twitter's cool and all, but I don't use Twitter. Like I tried it, but it's just like a lot of people use Twitter. I guess if you text and all that, I don't know. So that definitely could be also. But Facebook, pretty much everyone, kids. You don't even need a cell phone to use Facebook. Kids, adults, teenagers, everyone's using it now. So the potential of all these people using their ads is like super high, and the potential is definitely, who knows where this is going to be. So just bringing that to your attention, I still think it's a buy. If you bought it at 38 when I told you, you could take a little off the top if you want. If you're just getting in, I still think there's a lot of potential on the upside here until someone else comes along that has another social media network like Facebook. These guys are pretty much it at this point for this kind of a service. So, MySpace, I don't think anyone uses that anymore. Zanga, none of those things. Now it's all Facebook. Pretty much everyone's on Facebook. So yeah, cool. That's my opinion. Hope that helps, and have a great day.